I'm Eli Karp, founder of Hello Living, a community-based real estate development company in Brooklyn. A simple signature philosophy that has fueled and defined my success as an entrepreneur for nearly 2 decades, and with more than $500 million in development projects. Never settle for the status quo. The status quo is where innovation retreats to die. People often seek my guidance and counsel regarding potential real estate ventures and opportunities. There is no easy money in real estate. It takes the unwavering strength and perseverance of hardened steel and concrete to forge success in this business. I only design units that I could actually see myself living in. I'm Eli Karp, and this is my blueprint. Before purchasing any property for development, it's imperative that you research and understand the principles of zoning laws. First of all, what is zoning? Zoning laws are the way the government controls and shapes the development of big cities such as New York. It's promoted by the Department of City Planning, where they make sure that development patterns are orderly and compatible. For example, they separate incompatible land uses, such as industrial uses and homes, to ensure a pleasant environment. New York City is composed of 3 basic general zoning districts: residential, commercial, and manufacturing, each designated by the letter R, C, and M. Every lot in our city has been assigned a zoning designation, which dictates the guidelines and defines the parameters by which you are allowed to build upon and use that land. Resident zoning make up approximately 3/4 of all the zoned lots within the 5 boroughs. The zoning resolution of the City of New York defines residential as follows. A residence consists of one or more dwelling or rooming units and any common areas, including 1 family and 2 family houses or multifamily dwellings. Residential buildings in this category can be very different from one another, from a small detached single-family house in Forest Hill, Queens, to a towering skyscraper in Midtown Manhattan. In order to control and regulate the different residential buildings, the R designation is further divided into 10 residence districts, R1 through R10. These numbers represent even more specific and detailed requirements within that residence districts, such as bulk, density, off-street parking requirements, and more, which we'll discuss in more detail in the next class. Commercial zoning captures the buildings where for-profit businesses and shops reside. Commercial is further divided into 8 commercial districts, C1 through C8. 3 of those districts have very exact purposes according to the New York zoning resolutions. C3 for waterfront recreation, C7 for amusement parks, and C8 for heavy repair shops and automotive uses. The remaining commercial districts are categorized based on location requirements, depending on which customer base they serve. On top of that, these 8 districts are even further subdivided based on differences in bulk, parking, and loading requirements. Manufacturing zoning districts in New York City are home to diverse industrial and manufacturing activities. Cast aside the mental image of an old, dreary factory from a century ago. Think of the high-fashion fabric manufacturers in the garment district of Manhattan, the film and TV production studios in Queens, even Industry City, where I sit this very moment in the headquarters of Hello Living here in Brooklyn. All of these dynamic, thriving facilities within a manufacturing district. There are 3 general manufacturing zoning districts, M1 through M3, as per the Department of City Planning. The general R, C, and M zoning districts can be combined in a multitude of ways to form unique combined zoning. One of the more common combined zoning designations is a building with residential zoning and a commercial zoning overlay, such as R7-C2, which allows the first or two floors to be utilized for commercial uses, with remaining floors above them devoted to residential uses. A second letter or number in your zoning designation indicates presence of additional controls in effect for your lot. For example, with an R6A-C2 designation, you may still build a commercial space within that building, but it will deduct from your residential square footage. It is of the utmost importance to fully research New York City zoning requirements before purchasing any piece of property within city limits. The Department of City Planning has a valuable website called Zola, which I highly recommend, as it allows you quick and easy access to current zoning information for any address in New York City. Hash out these details with a fine-tooth comb as early as possible during the preliminary planning stages of your development project. It will save you valuable time, money, and resources far down the road.